Yes,
Bogdanov, he did it.
he bought,
He went all in.
dump it. No! No!
You heard it here first. Bitcoin is going to zero. When it comes out, zero.
Just hodl, bro.
Didi, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. The internet is not doing great. I have a bad connection, it appears, but let's see how far we can take it here. But I'm doing amazing.
Oh, by the way, happy birthday, man.
Thank you. Yeah, it was yesterday. Already 43 years old, man. 43 years old.
43. You don't look you don't look a day over 20, Didi.
And that's because I'm always beautifully tanned of the sun.
Yeah.
When I'm looking at the charts for Bitcoin.
Where are you based right now?
At the moment, I'm in Mexico, Playa del Carmen.
And how was celebrating with Corona? Any restrictions or anything?
No, zero restrictions.
Look at you.
I choose this life so I don't have restrictions. I live a decentralized lifestyle as the Bitcoin family to say this to all the government and all the people that want to restrict me in finance, in life, or anything else. I won't be locked down. I won't be locked up. I won't be face mask. I won't be do anything. That's why I'm in Mexico. Mexico completely open. Bars, clubs, discotheques.
You don't even have to wear
parks,
masks?
Nada. Nothing.
This is why we were so excited to get you on, because we're focusing this podcast on philosophy and lifestyle. You got a face mask there.
This one, we're everywhere. In the shops, in the transportations, like buses, everything.
I heard it's bad in
Everything
Germany.
with a fucking mask.
I heard it's really bad in Germany. You have a curfew. You have a curfew, don't you, over in Germany?
We had one, yeah. It's slowly getting better, but I don't know, man. They're going to kill more people with those restrictions than the fucking virus.
Mentally, over in the UK, people are losing their minds, literally. So they're talking about lifting the restrictions in, I think it's mid-June, 21st of June, but now they can't make a decision. The government can't make a decision. Doesn't that tell you a lot about the government? The fact they can't make a decision. And now they're talking about they're going to extend it because of the new Indian variant that's now spreading like wildfire across UK. So we're really excited to get you on, Didi, because we are focusing this podcast on the decentralized lifestyle, and we can't think of anyone who is living a more decentralized lifestyle than you. And we just want to get some insights really into how amazing it is. I mean, you've been all over the world, haven't you? I mean, how many countries have you lived in since you've been in Bitcoin, or I suppose in your lifetime, I suppose, but mainly since you've been in Bitcoin?
So I started in Bitcoin in 2013 with mining. But I went all in 2017. So since 2017, it's the last 4 years. We visited 42 countries with the family. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. So jealous.
No, it's not everybody likes that lifestyle.
Yeah,
we love it.
That's true, actually.
And we have a view of the future, and I think that Bitcoin and blockchain will be part of that future in a way to create evolution in humanity. And and in that future, I don't need to own stuff anymore, in my opinion. And that's why we live decentralized. But let's start at the start. You take over, because if I start, I will never stop talking anymore.
We love that. But
I think he's the same.
yeah,
So,
I think
it's
I
the
was
same
telling
comment.
Panda. Yeah, Panda knows that. I'm exactly the same. I can talk all day. And it can be good, but it also can be a curse as well. But every time we see pictures of you or get updates of you, you're always on a beach or you're always in an amazing area. So where are you
Always
living?
smiling.
You're in Mexico now then? You're in Mexico now.
So I'm in Playa del Carmen, and this house is like, not even 100 meters from the beach. So if I would go outside, you would see the sea, and I have a rooftop jacuzzi, and it's an amazing place, but it's bloody hot at the moment. It's like 37 degrees. So, and if I would do this outside, you would have the wind and all the connection. But I'm a beach guy. I love to be around the beach. I don't know why. I just like, I don't know. I love everything in life with a B. So it's Bitcoin, it's Bacardi, it's beaches, big boobs, big butts. It's all B's. It's all beautiful. Everything with a B. So maybe that's the thing. I don't know.
We've got a lot in common, Didi. But it's it's really great to see that lifestyle because we all love that decentralized lifestyle. And as I said earlier, I don't know anyone who is living. It's really appealing to a lot of us how you are living that life. And we've been looking at Portugal, haven't we, Panda?
Portugal is a place in Europe, but I think if you're only doing it for the tax reasons, I think if Europe starts to pushing for like Europe-based regulations, then you can't be safe in Portugal. You have to find other places or live a different lifestyle. What was your experience with taxation and all that stuff? Do you have a place where you have to pay taxes in Netherlands or some shit?
What is taxation again? No, let's be honest, guys. You know, my passport is from the Netherlands, but in the Netherlands, I'm registered as a homeless guy. If I would need to pay tax, it would be at the moment or the Netherlands or Portugal. Netherlands has a 1.3%. They call it capital tax.
Yeah, it's quite low, isn't it? It's quite low.
It's super low.
Yeah, it's super low. I'm sorry. Yeah, that is really low.
It's really low, and Portugal. We stayed the last 6 months in Portugal before this because I'm going to build there a blockchain village. So we are going to fly back to Portugal next Monday.
In Portugal, yeah.
Yeah, we are going to fly back next Monday to Portugal. First the week in Spain, then we go to Portugal, and then I start to acquire the land that we are going to build the blockchain village because of the 0% tax for cryptocurrency users at the moment. But at the same time, I'm also started to build a hotel in Mexico here because Mexico has a gray area when it comes to cryptocurrency. So I'm kind of focused now mainly on building communities all over the world where same-minded people can rebuild the world the way we want it, not the way the World Economic Forum wants it, but the way that we as a community want to build the new future, guys. And then that's the focus at the moment. So I just keep traveling to those places where I want to.
So interesting. And
amazing vision.
It is an amazing vision. And the thing is, the difference between like-minded people like us is, compared to the government, is we actually are living interesting lives. And one of the things that keeps us going in crypto is not the money. Everyone thinks that we're all focused on just the money. It's really not, is it? It's more the lifestyle. It's more the culture. It's more people's...
It's
more
the freedom you get
it's the philosophy.
in the end.
Yeah, it's a philosophy. It's not the money. And it's crazy.
It should be. It should be, but I also need to admit, let's be honest, guys.
Also, we need the money.
Influencers. No, also that, but if you look at the influencers nowadays, they only talk about how to make profit. They forget about the true fundamentals. They forget about the power of peer-to-peer cash, you know. I had a presentation here in Tulum on the beach for a group of 100 to 200 people. And there was also a presentation done by some owners of a beautiful DeFi project. And they were like, this is amazing. We are giving access to the whole world to crypto. I just asked them one question. I said, is this KYC regulated? And then they all need to answer, yes, it's all KYC regulated. So that is not Bitcoin. That does not mean that any poor person on the world that cannot do KYC can have access. So that is not the fundamentals of Bitcoin. It needs to be open and accessible for all people all over the world without KYC. And the moment we as a community grow or evolve slowly into a community that is again accepting the influence of rules, regulations, KYC, multimillionaires playing the market, and I think we are forgetting what why we got into the industry, why we believe in Bitcoin.
Yeah, I love that, and you can slowly feel it getting regulated, can't you? You can feel it. You don't need to just, you can see it every single day. The governments are slowly moving in for a piece of the pie, and it's scaring me because I'm like, this is going to ruin more than just people making money. It's a, you know, I really do believe that in the philosophy of crypto. It's amazing, and everyone is so like-minded. Love having these conversations and having different guests on the podcast every single week and hearing their story and how they live. But the thing that's amazing is everyone is so similar. Deep down, everyone has got a real connection, and it's absolutely amazing. And as I said before, probably You're probably the most decentralized person that we know. 42 countries. It's amazing.
The
I do-
most
you know,
decentralized person on the planet, probably.
Mr.
Nah,
Decentralized.
I think a lot of crypto people are decentralized, but maybe I'm the only one that does it with three daughters that are in puberty. You know, that's that's a step more. But it's you know, it's got into it for the community, and I think as a community we can still, you know, turn the thing around. We have now again experienced that even those billionaires that we were cheering that they were entering the market,
Yeah.
they are playing us with a brick
They
of
played
patterns
us.
shit, and I created a YouTube video like, let's build the biggest people's Bitcoin wall. Let's just put buy orders 10% down below the Bitcoin price all the time with a huge community, millions of people. They won't be able to drop the price. But we have come to a moment in the life cycle of Bitcoin that the community is not that, you know, community anymore. They are fighting each other. That one is bad. That one is good. That one is this. No, we as a community should be fighting those that it all started before. But that's, we can the only thing we can do is repeat and try to reach those people to understand it's more about the fight for freedom than it is about becoming millionaire.
100%.
Because when I started the whole adventure, I had my money. I had 2 companies. I had a huge house. I had a holiday house. I had 3 cars. I had my motorbikes. When my father and my mother died, I could not save them with that money. So that showed me that that ultimate dream of accumulating wealth was not the goal in life. That didn't make me happy. Life should be about accumulating happiness every single minute of the day. And you do this by forming a community with same-minded people that disrupts the whole centralization that we have been undergoing in the last decade. They are enslaving us, in my opinion. And I think Bitcoin and blockchain are the tools to disrupt that whole enslavement.
It's getting
But
worse. It's getting worse as well. Like I don't feel like it's just crypto either that money is taking over. Even online game, the gaming industry is now just focused on money. I mean, when I first started online gaming, we're both online gamers, by the way, aren't we, Panda? World of Warcraft veterans. Well, Panda's still playing, aren't you? And even that now, look at Warcraft now. It's just, you can buy items and accessories, and the whole game industry now is just focused on the money, and it's got worse in crypto as well. So everyone's got so greedy, and it's like,
Yeah, the greed is insane in crypto right now.
Crazy! It's crazy. The greed in crypto. I've never seen anything like it. And I'm just looking at people thinking, how can you be so greedy? If you weren't so greedy and could take a step back to think about what's going on, and the actual space itself, and how to trade, how to invest, you make money. The money will follow. See, you know, for a lot of these billionaires, a lot of the richer people, the money's just a way of keeping score. They're not counting the pennies, are they? But a lot of the greedier people are sat counting the pennies. 1, 2, 3. It's like, you're never going to get rich counting pennies.
Yeah.
You got to focus on. You got to focus on the things that matter, and what you're talking about is it matters more than anything else. It matters more than the money.
Yeah.
Really
and the greed, you know, I don't even want to judge those people for being greedy. I want to judge them for when they are greedy and when they make the millions, then start to share it.
Yeah.
Start to use money to grow our community. Start to use the money to help poor people all over the world. Do good things with their money. Don't become those billionaires of the traditional system that became rich and didn't share shit. They ask you again to share it by doing donations and this and this, and by raising foundations that are fake cover-ups for whatever they want to do.
Foundations are the worst thing ever.
I thought that we as a community would be able to evolve to, you know, humans that cared and shared with others. And that is why I hope that all the crypto people have now become millionaires or billionaires during this bull run, that at the end they also, you know, think about other people in the world. You get more happy of giving than just like getting more and more and more and more. Sometimes you need to give.
At
Money
some point,
is energy.
the money,
Bitcoin is energy. Energy needs to flow, and if it doesn't flow,
I think we are at this point right now where the first big buy of these new crypto people is going to be a Lambo, because people are actually buying Lambos, and that's what they're interested in. They don't want to give, at least what I see, and probably not even sharing with their families, sadly.
You know what the saddest part is, and I think this is the vicious cycle, and that is why I think it's not right that we are doing. So you have the crypto community that is now accumulating wealth. They started to accumulate that wealth to be disconnected from the traditional system. Huh? They started to go into Bitcoin because they didn't trust the traditional system. Now they make profit in Bitcoin, and what do they do with the profits in Bitcoin? They buy real estate.
Back to the system.
They buy all that stuff that makes it easy for the system to take control of them again. You're not paying your fine. We will take your house. You're not paying your fine. We will take your Lamborghini. So they start something, and then they make profits, and then they go back to the same. So they are running in the same hamster wheel that I escaped from by becoming minimalistic. And that is what I think that the crypto community needs to understand. Why would you invest in a house? That is the most stupid investment you can ever do, in my opinion. Why? Because we are living in the future already. The blockchain and cryptocurrency tools will make it possible for artificial intelligence to interact with each other without human interaction, so they can even transact value with each other. A house will be an own entity on the blockchain. You will be paying the house for the minutes that you use it. The house will be repaired by people, and the house will be paying those people that will repair the house. The cars will be an own entity. You will get in the car at A, it drives you to B, you get out, you pay the kilometers. If the car needs to be repaired, it will drive to the garage, it will pay the garage, it will be an own entity. And that is all possible because in Bitcoin. And it will take 10 more years, I agree.
Yeah.
But why would you invest in stuff that you don't need to have in the future, because we have this beautiful evolution of technologies? It's the most retarded thing that I am figuring out now. Why is the crypto community running in that cycle again if they have the possibilities to escape?
What do you think?
Do they really believe in Bitcoin? That's the question. Do they really believe in it?
Love it.
What do you think of the future of the technology you just described? Would you see that as a positive thing, or is it already a step too far into artificial intelligence and all that big tech stuff?
I don't like it because I'm a street guy, and I love to grow my. I love to grow my children up.
You're nature, aren't you? Like you're quite a natural. You're a man of nature, aren't you? I can see that a mile away. Yeah, I can see that a mile away.
Yeah, and I just want my kids to grow up on streets, not in a computer or virtual worlds. I want my kids to experience life as we experienced. But I think that we can optimize the world by using the correct tools. I think we can stop the deforesting in all those Amazon countries and create more healthy airs, and we can save the north and the south. I think we can save them by just using the tools in the correct way, blockchain and Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and all the other platforms that are trying to decentralize some part of the world. And I think if we collectively agree on that, then we can build a beautiful future for our children, and not an enslaved one where they will be running around in like Ready Player One suits, to play a game and don't feel happy, or a Black Mirror episode of how was it called again? That you give people social credit points. Grand
Theft Auto.
But I also need to agree and admit that is my dream. But sadly, we live in a world where 95% of the people are sheeple that are now also accepting to be locked up in their.
I love that wordplay.
They are locked up in
like
their
that.
houses.
We're going to use that from now. It's our new word, sheeple. I like that. Yeah, and
no, but let's be honest. So if 99% of 95% of the people are sheeple and agree with being locked down, and agree with wearing face masks, and agree with something, whatever the governments tell you, then the chance that this future that I just said, the artificial in future, will be future, because people will just follow the steps. And we all saw the World Economic presentation where they said in 2030 you won't own anything.
Yeah, and be happy.
You will have a universal, and you will be happy because we give you a universal basic income. And we will enslave you again because of your greed
slaves,
and fear.
The government want everyone to depend on them, and they're doing everything they can now during this time, during COVID, to reset. It's called the Great Reset, isn't it? In 2030, the Great Reset. You'll own nothing and you'll be happy. Seriously ridiculous.
But it's true.
Someone is going
It
to
is-
own everything, and it's not going to be us.
The people
Exactly.
who are saying, no, you won't own anything and be happy, they'll be owning.
They're the fucking
They're
richest
the ones
already.
who are owning everything.
Yeah,
Bill
those are the
Gates is
billionaires.
buying as much land as he can right now. And just going back on the technology side of things, sorry guys, they're tokenizing everything. They're planning on tokenizing everything. In the UK, they're already looking at tokenizing property and any land, property. This is in the distant future, but maybe, as you said, Didi, 10 years, 15 years, we'll start seeing the tokenization of property. So that's really interesting as well. But carry on, Didi, sorry.
No, I fully agree
It
with
is,
you guys.
it is essentially, it is a beautiful thing at its core, the whole blockchain thing and everything. But I don't think that the government or big institutions are going to use that in our advantage. They're going basically to use it. If China has their own cryptocurrency, then you already know it's like, for China, it's the perfect tool. They see everything you do. That's like the last piece that they were missing. Yeah, now they have everything. If they have their own cryptocurrency.
Perfect tool for communism, isn't it? Full control over the entire population. And I love
they
the way
are
that
always
I love the way that China have introduced this new currency and banned Bitcoin. It's like, yeah, okay. You know, it's completely obvious what you're doing. It's like, how stupid, do they think people are?
It has been, but with every technology, the internet was good for some things, it is bad for the other things. And blockchain will do the same.
Yeah.
Blockchain is a beautiful technology that will decentralize a lot of the world. But on the other hand, it's also the perfect technology to register all the people that want to have a vaccination. It is the people that need to decide how to use the tools. And we as influencers, as community, we should be educating people how to correctly use those tools, how to see the difference between a positive blockchain project that wants to disrupt a decentralized world, or a bullshit project that has nothing to do, that is only using the technology to make you even more a prisoner. And if we educate the people right, they will understand. And if we decentralize social media, and if we decentralize the internet, and if we decentralize all the fuck out of those centralized motherfuckers, we will succeed. We will succeed.
You can swear, it's fine. But there's a lot of social networking. There's a lot of blockchain social networks now, isn't there? Coming out. What was the one that we joined recently? We all joined at the same time. Let me just check quickly. Remember?
Oh,
I actually invested in you. I think I lost $300. damn you, Didi. I was like, tell me when you're making your profiles. Tell me. It went all in, Didi, on what was it called?
BitClout.
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 BitClout. Yeah. BitClout. Yeah. That looked quite interesting, and I think it's got potential to make some waves, but it's not done much price wise. But I like the concept.
That's probably the problem, because it shouldn't be about the price. With a decentralized social media platform, people shouldn't look at the price. Because, for example, I personally see Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, they're a huge problem. Because if they get on the side of one political candidate and they have so much power, they can basically influence the whole fucking voting. So we need something decentralized.
I think even worse. I think even Facebook or Twitter, or they didn't even need to do it. I think that even if, for example, Putin from Russia wants Trump to be a president, he just buys a $1 million Google AdWords and Facebook campaign to promote Trump. This is already used in like international wars, social wars, digital wars. They just buy AdWords. They just buy promotion for the ones that they want to be ruling the country. That is how it happens. That is how those people get the votes. If you are living in the southern point of whatever, Afghanistan, those people will be on the telephone and they will only see on their feed what the people want them to see, so that they will be convinced that they need to follow the certain leader. That's already social media. If you look at the documentary, it's called Social Media, the social, that's a really good one, The Social Dilemma. You need to check
I
that
think
one.
I've actually seen that one.
It's
Check it out, yeah.
amazing.
It
You
was
can see-
was it the one about
got high
psychology? How they
Yeah.
have the best psychologists in the world to make it so that you just can't stop being on there, and you have to spend your time. They know exactly how to get you.
But a lot of it's women as well. Like
Exactly. And if you watch that one till the end, they will already tell you how far it is already evolved
Yeah.
by governments.
yeah, and I'm not sexist by any means, but a lot of it is women. Like a lot of any woman that I know is on social media non-stop, and that's driving. It's amazing in crypto how there's so few women involved in crypto, and I try and get my wife involved, and no interest whatsoever. But imagine if we were if women were more on board with blockchain and crypto. It just seems to be a cockfest, doesn't it? There's so few.
It's often with technological stuff, you mostly have more males, I would say.
Do you think?
And I kind of understand it. I have daughters. My oldest daughter is now 15, almost 16. She opened a Twitter profile as a daughter of the Bitcoin family. The only messages she is receiving is, "Can I have your Snapchat? Can I have your Snapchat? Can I have your Snapchat?" Men just want to. So I think that women understand. Well, when I go into Bitcoin, all the men will, look what happened with all the other women.
That's why there's so many scammers pretending to be women in crypto as well, isn't
Too
there?
many sims, yeah.
So many. But yeah, there's a lot of going back to the whole projects before, talking about how there's so few projects now trying to actually change the space for the better, and so many projects trying just to make profit. And there's been so many launch pads over the last year, and so many shit coins that are just not going to be here in a year. And have you got any good projects that you're invested in now, or that you are involved in that you think might be worth talking about while you're here today?
For me, I've been a long time ambassador and partner and involved in the paid network team. And for me, that one is going to be the gem of 2021-22. I think these are going to grow. I was there in Kopangan with the team when the name paid network was written on the board. I did all the brainstorm sessions. I know Kyle and the team already more than 6 years now. And I see what they are building, and I see their IDO platform and Ignition and everything, and it's all growing. And I think that they are going to, when they really go live with their paid network dApp, where they want to decentralize the whole legal structure of the world.
Smart agreements,
Huge.
It's going to be huge. So that one is good for me. I'm also looking into Polkadot and Kusama, of course, now because of their
chain auctions coming up.
Exactly.
Massive news for Polkadot coming
up. But people don't see it. People think that Polkadot already did the run, and it's there's so many projects. I'm doing so much stuff, but for me, what I learned from 2017 is don't build a portfolio with 40 altcoins, because I get only a headache of which one now, which one do I sell, which one do I buy? So
I think we all learned. I think we all learned that the hard way. Yeah.
Yes.
So I went in. Yeah, that was the lesson. So in the beginning of last year, I went big into Polkadot, Chainlink, eGold, Paid Network, Cardano, and but that's it. That's it. What I went really big in, and that's what okay, that's enough. I can control it. No, they all went hugely up, so that's perfect.
Solid projects, good liquidity, good volume.
They all. I look at the projects that solve a problem that we are running into as a community. And if you see a project, for example, Chainlink, that will make it possible for the blockchain technology to connect to the old-fashioned Access database, or all the information, all the data that is around in the world, but not like on the blockchain yet. If you see that there is a solution for this and it's called Chainlink, you need to invest, because we will need to have the data from the traditional banks in the world and how many people are trespassing this street to have that on the blockchain. So if you find a solution to that, you need to invest. So I try to find these projects that really solve something, and not the ones that just are there to make some profits or
did you
moon.
Did you invest in any meme tokens? Not Dogecoin, but these new ones, all these new dog
That's
shit coins.
blasphemy. That's blasphemy.
I'm just interested.
I have always been, I have always been in Dogecoin. I mined Dogecoin in 2013 and 14. So I had a few million Dogecoins, and I still have some Dogecoin left, I need to admit. And but I just kind of have a
a connection, emotional
Dogecoin
connection.
is the OG. Dogecoin has pretty much been around as long as crypto has been around. So Dogecoin is a different story. But now we had a time when, not even kidding, every day you had 100 different dog tokens popping up every single day.
I got a request 2 days ago, officially request if I wanted to support them, and their token was called Wet Pussy Token. I'm like, guys, that is not possible. I'm not going to promote that. What was
the one messaging us?
Cocksock. We had the same situation, me and Panda, and it was called. Was it called? No, cum socks. Cum socks.
but we also we had cum socks. Then we also had pubes, and the logo was basically just a vagina.
Yeah, but people invest in them, man.
It's pumping. On Dex Tools, for example, you only see meme tokens trending.
Yeah,
Nothing else, only meme tokens.
I don't understand. I mean, I don't understand it, because even back in 2017 with ICOs,
it wasn't that crazy.
Yeah, even though a lot of them were bullshit, they were all pretending to be something. And then when they all died, you had the Subsat Nanocaps, Sub Latoshi, and Waves Dex, Wave shit coins. Waves Dex was fun, by the way.
Even those tokens were pretending to do. Of course, they weren't building anything, but at least they were saying we are building this and that. But now it's just. This is a dog token, or this is a pussy token, and then it's just pumping.
It's like to get the buyers, they were all saying they were the next Bitcoin, or they were going to change the space. But now people don't care anymore. And I think, going back to what we were saying earlier about how greedy people are now, this is showing it. It's showing its true colors, and people just want quick, easy money, and it's hard for them to understand any other perspective when they haven't seen that perspective. And we're sort of trying to give them that perspective, aren't we, Panda, on the TGH podcast, and having people like you come over is going to give people huge perspective. But I think once people do see, but I think they're going to get bored as well. I mean, these mem tokens are already burning out now. Everyone's just like, right, this is getting boring now. I mean,
you know what it is? You need to have a marketing model, and this marketing model now is more focused on getting people into the industry because of profits. And when they come in, then we need to convert them to true fundamentalists that understand that. We kind of got in the same way into this. You know, we always thought, oh, it's going to disrupt the world, but we can become millionaires because of Bitcoin. And then because of education ourselves, you know, we got smart. And I think it's a cycle we go through. And I hope that the cycle will be shorter, that people come in for the money, but very quickly step over into it for to support the real revolution. But, you know, as long as the world will, people will live in fear and greed, we will always have these people. And, you know, for our influencers, it's the same. You know, I've been creating kick-ass videos on our YouTube channel for years about my family life. They got 200 views, 400 views, 600 views. Last year, I decided, okay, let's make some TA charts. They got now, like, I grew from 800 subscribers to 40K subscribers just because I talk on the price. So I figured out, like, let's just play with that marketing strategy. I will fish the people in the sea where the fish is. That is the money. Then I get them into my channel and I bomb them with TA, but also with family videos and you know, traditional videos about Bitcoin and blockchain. And then I hope to convert them like that.
Yeah.
That is really clever, and I really like that idea, because at the start there, I thought you were giving us some nasty sort of secrets, and then when you said you convert them, I was like, that's so clever, because it is true. That's an amazing marketing strategy, because you're hitting them in the jugular. They are going for what they want, and then you know it won't be all them people, will it?
It won't be the greed.
Yeah, exactly. But it won't be everyone, will it? Who converts? It probably might be 20%, maybe, but still.
But even 20% is great.
Exactly.
It's better than nothing, and I can see now slowly. Like, of course, I can see the difference because my TA videos let's see, they are watched 10K per day. And the family videos, the fundamental videos, they are watched like 2K a day. But it's growing.
Yeah.
It's growing closer to each other. So I can see that my followers are also watching the other videos now about the news, about the fundamentals, about lifestyles. So yeah, I just try to create kick-ass entertainment that will entertain people. And that's why I always participate in all those documentaries. We are now recording a Dutch documentary with the whole team about our life. She filmed a week with us here. She's going to film 6 months with us. And then there's going to be a documentary that's made for Amazon Prime, I think, or something like that it's called. And that's going to be there. We already did this also with French television 3 weeks ago, and we do it with like English speaking. I also try to reach the mass media because people need to see it. You know what it is?
Panda's mum knows you, so you're quite big, doesn't
But
she?
also,
that was art.
when-
That was,
when
I think, from a German.
I think it was Art. Yeah, she told me like 1 week ago or so. She was like, she mentioned a Bitcoin guy with Bitcoin family and long hair, and I was like, yeah.
And didn't you
We're
say
going to have him on.
Yeah, we're
And
going to have him on. It's amazing.
I also remember when I got into crypto, and like 6 months later, when the market was slowly turning, I was watching your documentary that was somewhere early around 2018. The market was crashing, like not crashing, but slowly going into the long bear market. And I was watching it and looking at the perspective and thinking like, you just have to be brave and just go the way. Get out of this lifestyle of working 9 to 5 for your boss that you don't like. Make his dream come true while you're working on some, I don't know, $15 per hour or some shit.
Yeah. Well, I can't agree more with you there, Panda. And it was similar for me as well, because it's not even the fact that you were earning bad money. It's the fact that the system's so broke. Like, your boss was probably making fucking shit tons of money while you were doing all the work. It was the same. Same for me. You know,
you can't pursue
so
your
broke.
dream because you're basically fulfilling the dream of your boss.
Yeah, and you're kept in that position so someone else can milk you, so they can live an amazing life. It's so broke.
And the strangest thing of all of that is that is like the real 90s and 80s philosophy that you need to really physical work to make money. We are living in the 21st century where you can let the money work for you. You know, everybody that is in this industry needs to understand, whenever you buy Bitcoin and you hold it for 4 years, you're in profit. If you bought the 2013 or 14 top, in 2017, you would be in profit in the top. If you bought the top of 2017 on the highest moment, at the moment, you're again in profit 4 years later. You will always be in profit. So for me, the calculation is simple. If I go all in, sell my house, sell my company, sell everything, I go all in, I calculate how much profit you could make in a 4-year cycle. You take away the part that you need to eat and live from. And if you, the next cycle are left over with like 5 Bitcoins, but Bitcoins increase times 20, you're still in profit. You will keep making profit while you live a beautiful life without needing to work for the money, because you let the money or the Bitcoins, whatever you prefer to it, work for you. And that's just a simple calculus that people don't seem to agree with or understand. I don't know what it is.
You have to zoom out to see that. You have to zoom out and look at the long term, the big picture, and most people are looking at the day-to-day picture, and you will never ever.
People are also there. They're scared.
You'll never see
that. You have to go this way, and it's not easy. Of course, it's scary for someone. People like the safety of having a place, having that job. Because I was telling people, why don't you invest a little bit more into crypto? I was telling them, like, even through the bear market, the past 3 years, I was always telling people, like, don't go all in at this moment, but start throwing in maybe whatever you have spare.
Start learning.
Whatever you don't necessarily need, just buy each month a little bit of Bitcoins. Nobody listened to me. And now a couple months ago, they started investing pretty much close to the top.
Now they all hate you.
Yeah.
I was telling them, don't put all your fucking hell, I'm missing the word, but don't put all your fucking money into Bitcoin at one moment. Just slowly average in, because we are right now at the all-time high. and you don't throw your money in, just average in slowly.
I-
And they feel the FOMO, they just want, I need it now, it's probably going to 80K.
Yeah,
Re-kicking in,
so
and
greedy,
they're losing money.
so
Yeah.
greedy. It's horrible to see. But I think, as Didi said before, we all started that way because you don't know any other way. So going back to the whole, you've got to make mistakes to learn. So by starting that way, you're making a mistake, but then you either learn from it and progress, or you leave. That's the difference, isn't it, between, well, we say the 95% who leave and the 5% who stay, but I'm sure that's not I'm sure it's
And
different. It's not.
at the same time, people need to understand that they need to trust and believe. Look,
Yeah.
let's say people will be able to buy 2 Bitcoins now. Let's say you sell your house and your job or your cars and you have 100,000 US dollar. You can buy 2 Bitcoins now. And yes, say you agree with your wife, okay, we use 1 Bitcoin, $50,000 to live the next 4 years. We just a simple life and we do some online work. And then we have 1 Bitcoin left in 4 years. If Bitcoin will be 1 million, you made a kick-ass return on investment while you live the life you want to live. And that is what the people need to start to believe in. And you know what the strangest thing is? That people tend to believe that their money is safe on a bank account. At the same time, in the Netherlands, every bank is kicking out thousands of employees. In Germany, the banks are kicking out thousands of employees. In the UK, the banks are kicking out thousands. Why do they need to kick out 1,000 employees? Because they won't survive. The banks are going away. They will be, that's not so safe anymore.
Yeah.
It was safe when they were increasing employees. Now they are kicking out everyone. They are closing doors. They are, and people find that safe. They believe that really having their money on there is safe. On something that is declining that fast.
After this year of Corona, where they were printing, basically I think the US dollar supply increased by 40% in 1 year. Nothing ever like this happened before. And they're still saying we are going to have 3% inflation. Yeah. They printed 40% of the money supply and they're saying we're going to have 3% inflation.
It's crazy.
So I'm sometimes taking, of course, when I'm taking profits, I'm taking profits into USD. But at the same time, I'm sometimes thinking, so I took profits, and while I watch crypto go up, I see my dollar buying power only go down because they're printing and printing and printing.
That's what's happening with all
the tech. At some point, your fiat will get useless.
All the tech companies are doing that now, aren't they? They're seeing their bank balance, their balance sheets just go down.
They need to have other assets in the balance sheet, otherwise they're fucked.
And I think that the game is even bigger, guys. I think that, if you think logically, so Elon Musk, Tesla, MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor, and all the other billionaires, they now accept Bitcoins or invest in Bitcoins or add Bitcoins to the balance sheet of their companies. The only way for them to do this is if there is a legal framework. So the only way to have a legal framework is if the politicians and the governments of those countries create that legal framework. Why do you think that the governments create a legal framework for those companies, those billion-dollar companies, to start to add Bitcoin to their balance sheet? If you see this, and at the same time, you see that countries like Iraq, Venezuela, China incentivize their power plants to mine Bitcoins, then you know that this is going to be the gold of the 21st century. And then you know that the governments and the banks are helping the billionaires to get their money out of the traditional system into this new type of system, this new type of gold to protect their capital. And why? Because if those governmental leaders want to be staying a leader, they need funds. And who is funding those people? Those billionaires. So they need to make sure that those billionaires protect their capital by hedging into Bitcoin. Then they will again fund the new political campaigns. What is the most strangest thing that I don't understand, that people don't see this, is that this same game was played with gold. It was gold that was a yellow stone. A cowboy on the prairie saw the yellow stone and said, "Oh, what a special stone. Let's go to the village." And he showed it to his village people. And he said, "Wow, that's a special stone. Yeah, that is $4. And then people started to believe in the yellow stone and it became gold. And then gold became so important and valuable that the banks and the government started to say, it's unsafe to keep at your homes. We will become a custodial service that nobody can rob you from the gold. And everybody brought the gold to the banks, and the banks started to play with the gold and start to lend the gold out, and even start to use the gold as the backup of the whole monetary system. Then they let go of the gold standard, and all the shit started happening, and all the crises started happening. That's my daughter Jessa. And now we can, and now we can see the same game again. Bitcoin is becoming too valuable. Too much community members are believing it. The banks are becoming custodial service again. They are going to tell you again, no, you can buy Bitcoin at our place, and we will keep it for you very safe, so you cannot lose your ledger, you cannot be hacked. They are playing the same game over and over and over again. The only positive part of this game is that if Bitcoin becomes the rich man's tool, that tool that they already used traditionally gold, now Bitcoin, we have the power to hard fork it into a new cryptocurrency that will be a peer-to-peer cash. We will always survive. So for me, this is the biggest revolution ever, and I'm supporting it 24/7. I will not stop supporting it till we win.
There's sort of like rumors that Elon Musk is sort of planning on making his own cryptocurrency, but whether that's true or not, but he's
I think either his own currency or he's going to come up with some magic. That's how you can mine cryptocurrencies eco-friendly, some shit like that, and then he's going to sell you some special solar systems. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, interesting. And that is just looking at solar power now, aren't they? So he's probably
something like that.
Probably now inventing
coming up with eco-friendly ways to mine.
Yeah, he's going to go mine bitcoins or any other cryptocurrency with the Teslas driving around on the world on solar power, something like that. Yeah,
Swiss Army Tesla.
It's business at the end of the day, especially for people like him.
Yeah, it is business, and he's the best in the game. So it's been a pleasure to have you on today, Didi. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we close?
One last word, Didi. End of the year prediction for Bitcoin.
Yeah.
End of the year. I believe that we currently are still in the bull market. I think that we are repeating a little bit a combination of 2013 and 17. 2013, we saw the huge price increase. We came back to the 21 weekly moving average, and then again had in 2014 to peak. In 2017, we have seen a lot of pullbacks as well, 40%. I think we will be going sideways a little bit, but I think we will still reach 100K or above before the end of this year, in my opinion. Easy in my opinion. Easy. But this is again the moment that I had in 2014 at the first crash from 1200 to 300. In 2017, I had already experienced, but I felt the same fearly moment. Oh, should I sell or everything? Oh, is Bitcoin going to crash? Now again, I feel the same.
Bear trap.
You're already 10 years here, and again you're thinking that it's going to crash, and just buy. And so now after 2 cycles, I already understand. It can go to 29, it can go to 18, but it is not the end of the bull run. All off-chain fundamentals are showing that we're in the middle of the bull run, and I think we are going to continue this bull run, but only with strong hands. And I think the weekends that bought at 60 and sold at 35 now, they again will be the complaining people. Oh,
buy high, sell low.
Scam. Bitcoin is a scam,
yeah. It's amazing, isn't it? How it's always the same people who say Bitcoin's a scam. The people who bought high and sold low. And I know people in the real world who've done that, and now they're the saltiest people. It's a scam, and I'm just like, why? Because how selfish is that? To call it a scam and to write off the potential, the future of mankind.
It's easier to call it a scam than realizing that you're a fucking idiot. You bought the top and you sold the bottom. You're the idiot. It's not a scam. You're just the idiot.
And again, it proves the greed. It proves that the people feel something is a scam when it doesn't make them money. So many things in life don't make you money. Are these all scams?
That's why. That's why we keep saying it's so important to connect to the real Bitcoin community. One of the reasons why we're doing this podcast is so people can see. A lot of people who've invested in crypto, people that I know, don't even realize that there is a community. I'm like, you are missing out. You are really missing out by not tapping in to the community. There's some amazing people just like yourself, and we really appreciate you coming on today. And I'm sure you'll come over again. And we can have you over again. It's been a great chat today, Didi. And happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me. It's always an honor to speak with same-minded people. I'm very looking forward to do it again, man. That's the update. I think we can talk a little bit more about Bitcoin, blockchain live. I think we have all the same cool mindset. The only thing I can add is that, we have a website, thebitcoinfamily.com. You can find our vision, our goals, everything that we as a family try to reach, because I think the most important goal that people should also understand, and then I will stop talking. Yes, I will shut up, is that all the profits that we make, I make profits with trading, I sell indicators, I sell t-shirts, I write books, all the profits, the biggest part goes into a fund, and that fund we use to help poor people over the world. We are building a school now in Mexico here for poor kids. I'm buying a house in Venezuela for homeless kids. I'm donating to charities all over the world, India, in cryptocurrency. I convert them to accept cryptocurrency, because I think for me, it's all about the revolution, and sharing is caring. So for me, I hope that people understand that everything I do in a commercial way is done just to help those people that really need the help, that those people that Bitcoin was intended to change their lives for.
Love it. And I think we do understand that you are genuine. You've been around long enough now, and we really respect and appreciate. We all know you. And when I first started out in crypto, I was watching videos on you, and I thought you were crazy. At the time.
I still think the same.
You're probably not the first one.
Love it, absolutely love it. So once again, thank you for coming on, Didi. We'll leave all your information on everything that you're doing in the description of this video, so anyone who's interested in what Didi's doing can find that information in this video. And I'm sure we'll be keeping in touch, and we'll do it again soon. Thank you, Didi.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Have a beautiful
Enjoy
day.
your weekend.
You too. Bye-bye.